Assalamu alaikum everyone. I welcome you once again on the master course on Matlab for electrical engineering courses. I'm with you, Mohammad Hassan Rani. I'm serving as faculty member in the Department of Tripoli, Haji Mohammed Science and Technology University, Bangladesh. In today's session, I'll show you some basic stuffs. Although this will be basics, but yet powerful features I will be showing you today. So let's get started. Once you start up the Matlab software, it will look like this. I'm using the Matlab 2020B version. Your version could be different from me, but yet almost all the Matlab versions have similar outlooks, so don't worry about that. If your layout is different from mine, you can always go back to the default layout setup. So for that, you will go to Home tab, and on the right hand side of the Home tab, here you will find Layout. If you notice carefully here, we have different layout option here. Just choose the default one so that your layout and my layout becomes the same. Now here's some window we have. On the left hand side we have current folder window. So this folder, whatever you are working on, you need to choose a working folder for that. Try to choose a different folder always to keep your file organized. You can navigate to this folder from this option here, or you can simply pick the folder from here using the Explorer windows. Let's say I'm going to Academic, to my desired folder. So you can create a folder here, or you can choose any existing folder. Let's say I want to use this basic arithmetic folder for the demonstration I will be showing you today in this video. Just select this one. So once you select this, your directory of the Matlab will get changed, and now you can see the folder is empty. You can create file here. So there are several ways you can create files, like here on the left hand side under the Home tab, new script option, you have new live script option. So these are two options you can create code at Matlab. So to create a new file, you can just click on this new script button here. Click on this. It will bring in the editor window. Here you can write your program. There are other ways to do so. You can click on this current folder. Under this blank option, you can just right click. And from here, you can choose new folder, script or function, whatever you need. So in both ways, you can do so. You can also create new live script. The script file and new live script, they have different features. The new script, this is the simplest editor window. Let me click on the live script. So it has enabled the HTML formatting and other steps. So this is more like the Jupyter notebook you use on Python. So both of this file option works fine. Just to get started, we will get started with the basic one, that is the new script file. So let's save it. You can simply press Ctrl S to save the file. Remember, the Matlab file has .m format for new script and .mlx format for live script. So let's say we want to demonstrate some basic arithmetic. Give your name. Just remember, don't give a space in between the words you use to rename your file. Click Save, and once the file is saved, you will see the file will come under the current folder. So now here you can write your program. Let's say we want to add two numbers. So it is very simple program. I'll show you how to do that. While you are working on new script file, that is .m file extension, you can create cells in the program file. So how to create cells? Let me show you. You just need to press double percentage sign. In Matlab, we use percentage sign for making comments. So let's say this is section 1, while where I will show you how to add two numbers. Okay, so here I will put my code. Suppose you want to create another section, you can simply put 2% and then followed by a space, then give it a name, whatever name you want. Let's say here I will take user input in this section to add two numbers. So let's work on this first section. When you create section, you can individually run these sections. So these are called cells. Under the editor tab, you will find that run section option, or you can run the whole program with this run button, or you can run each section individually by this run section button. So let's say we want to take two number, we want to add them, and we want to print the result. How to do so? So I am putting a variable number 1. Let's say its value is 12. Number 2, its value is 10. Then result, or you can say add number 1 plus number 2. So with these statements, our number 1 variable value and number 2 variable value will be summed and stored in another variable, which is add. So we can print this value of add in our command prompt. So this command window, here you can run each instructions individually, or you can show the output results on this window. That is the command window. So to display the variable values, we can use different functions. Like there is one function, it is called disp. So disp, here you can put your string, addition, result. Then you can add another disp where you will put the variable name add. So simply by this 5 lines of code, you can create a addition program. Now let's run this section. You can click on this run section and you can see the result is printed on the command window. If you want to know more on this disp function, how we can use it, what other features disp provide, so to know details of this disp, you can do several help features from Matlab. Let me tell you, Matlab documentation is very powerful and it is enough to learn you from Matlab documentation. You do not need to go for other resources. Matlab documentation has all the resources, all the examples well documented on their help file or documentation file. So let me show you some options how you can seek help from Matlab. You can click on the function name and press F1 from your keyboard. It will bring up a short help window where you can see the different description, like disp is used to display value of variables. How you can use the syntax is given, disp, then bracket. Inside the bracket, you put the variable name. So here they have added the examples. You can follow them. But if you want to add both a string and variable value in a single disp, here is another option that you can use. This one. So here, let me show you. So first of all, we'll bring in a third bracket here, and within this bracket, we'll first put the text. Then with a comma, you will bring the number to a string. So for that, we'll use num to a string, and the variable I will add here. The variable name is. So now if I run this section, you will see the result is coming in one single line, and the text is also coming under one disk command. So here is another option. You can print result with Matlab. Let me comment this one. So how to comment? You can simply put a percentage sign to make a line into comment. That another option you can use is fprintf. So in fprintf, and it's better to add a new line always with fprintf. Run section. So you can see the result is 22, and it's also coming with this statement of fprintf. Now let's say this, in this section we have put the hard-coded value of this variable. If you want to take user input for any variable, you can also do so. Let us do that programming. Number one, let me tell you another thing. When you are using this variable, it will be stored in the workspace. So the workspace window is on the right hand side here. You can see whatever variable you have used, it will be get listed in this workspace window. So if any variable is here, you can use that variable throughout the section. You can access that variable from this command window. Let's say I want to see the variable add. So just type in the variable name and click enter. It will bring in the variable value. So let's say I'm creating another section, but in this section we want to demonstrate input command. So for that reason, I will bring in input. The statement syntax is, after typing in the input, you will need to put a prompt message. Here you can type in anything, enter your first number. Okay. In the similar manner, let me just copy and paste it for second number, and let us store it in number 2. And finally, in the add section, I will just add this two number 1 plus number 2, and I will use the this statement, or you can also use the fprintf statement. Fprintf, the result is %d for integer, then bring in a new line, and after that add the variable value. So that's it. Here what will happen, when this line of code gets executed, it will bring in a input prompt here. Here I will have to put the variable value. Similarly for the second one, and after the two input are taken, it will come to this section, that is the add. It will come to this line. It will add the two number I have just given you, and then it will print the value. So let's say we want to run this session. Just put your cursor on under this session and click run session. It will bring in the input prompt. Let's say I'm putting 30 for first variable. Notice carefully, as soon as I hit enter, the number 1 variable, previously its value was 12, but when I am assigning a different value, it will get updated. So enter your second number. My second number is 20. So you can see here's an error. What error is that? Sorry, I should have put it here fprintf, not fprint. Let me run it again. 30, 20, and the result is 50. So here on the right hand side, the variable value, you can see these are also changed as I have given the inputs. So here I also want to mention another thing. In previous statements, I have closed the statement with a semicolon, but here in this line I haven't put any semicolon. So what's the difference? If you put a semicolon, it will suppress from coming that variable value in the command window. See here, I haven't put any semicolon. That's why the variable value has appeared here. But if I put a semicolon here, it will not appear on the command window as a print value. So let me semicolon all this. You will see the difference. Let me clear the command window. So now if I run this section, let me put 2020, 11. So you see the result is 33, but as previous, the number 1 variable value, number 2 variable value will not appear here. So this is the difference between putting a semicolon or not putting here. So this were how you add two numbers. You can do similar operations with multiplications and divisions and finding remainders, whatever you want. Let me show that thing from this command window. Let's say I want to find the subtract of two numbers. So you can, in the similar manner, do the operations subtract equal to number 2 minus number 1, or number 1 minus number 2, whatever. So here, if I subtract that, you see, you can get the subtract with this minus operation or minus symbol. You can do multiplication with asterisk sign. There is multiplication symbol, so it will get the multiplication. You can find the remainder. Let's say number 1 remainder number 2. To find the remainder, you need to put this symbol, the remainder symbol. So here you can see the remainder is 2. Sorry, I haven't changed it. Let me change the variable name, remainder. So you see, in this process, you can do these mathematical operations. But let me tell you, the things are not limited only to mathematical variables. You can do matrix manipulation with Matlab also. Let me show you what I mean. So let's say you want to create a 2 by 2 matrix. How to create it? You need to put the cell values by putting a space. Then you can shift enter and put the other values. Once you are done, just hit enter. So it will create a matrix with a name A. And here, this is one way you can create a matrix. Let me show you another way. Let me create another 2 by 2 matrix with 4 space 5. Let's say you want to put the second row values. So at the end of the first row values, you need to put a semicolon. Then put the rest of the values, 6 and 7. So putting the values in this manner will also create a 2 by 2 matrix. You see? So here, A and B are two matrices. You can add them together like sum equal A plus B. It will add those two matrices together and give you the result. You see, it was 1 plus 4, that is 5. It was 2 plus 5 equal to 7, and so on. You can create two matrices and subtract them from each other. Let's get the subtracted value. Subtracted value A or B minus A. So here you can see 4 minus 1, it is giving 3. 5 minus 2, it is giving 3. 6 minus 3, it is giving 3. So in this manner, we can also find the subtracted value. So addition and subtraction, these are pretty easy and clear to understand. But when you are doing multiplications, so there's condition for matrix multiplication. So let me show you. We can clear this command window by CLC. Let me also clear the workspace. To clear the workspace variable, just type clear and it will clear all the variables that has been stored in the workspace. So now let's say I want to create a 2 by 3 matrix. That means 2 row and 3 column matrix. Let me create A 1 2 3 4 5 6. It will create a 2 row 3 column matrix. Now let me create another matrix B. So it will create a 3 row 2 column matrix. Now if I want to do a matrix multiplication, here in Matlab we have two types of multiplication. One is element wise multiplications and another one is matrix multiplication. And this simple multiplication, that is the matrix multiplication, for that we need to remember the dimensions. So let me bring in the pen here. So here this A matrix, it has a size of 2 times 3 and this B is 3 times 2. The two matrices will be multiplied only if the second value of first matrix, that is the column value of first matrix, will be equal to the row value of second matrix. That means this two value needs to be equal. Only then the multiplication of these two matrices will be possible, and the resultant matrices will be a 2 times 2 matrix. That means we'll get a 2 by 2 matrix as a result of this multiplication. So let us do the multiplication. Multiplication is equal to A times B, and you see it's a 2 by 2 matrix. If you want to do a B times A multiplication, that means 3 times 2. So it is also possible because their dimensions, the column value of B, this is B and this is A. The column value of B is equal to the row value of A. So the multiplication is possible and the resultant will be a 3 by 3 matrix. So let us do that multiplication. Multiplication 2 B times A, and it will be a 3 by 3 multiplications. If you have done your matrix course, this will be clear to you. So that's how you do multiplication with Matlab. So this video ends here. I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ta.